I'm gonna be installing the Ultimate9 EVC X throttle controller in my 2016 Toyota 4Runner. Now, if you guys are aware of 4Runners, they are not fast, and getting onto the freeway makes me feel like I'm gonna basically die, especially with 35-inch tall tires on the thing. I mean, probably all the extra weight and long travel and suspension things probably don't help when we're trying to just daily our rigs. Off-road, obviously it matters, and it's gonna help out a little bit with that as well. But let's go ahead and install this thing. We'll bump into the box real quick. I wanna show you guys what's in here. So Ultimate9, you can go on their website and check their stuff out, but they make throttle controllers for a bunch of different cars. I have different vehicles and they make throttle controllers for that, but they gave me a little thank you card. It's got a little discount. This is the really nice front end piece of the throttle controller. I mean, just look at that.
Just look at that.
USB-Cs on each side, which we can pop out if we want to put the USB-C into the other side. We can put in that plug. The throttle controller itself, this is gonna go down kind of that general area. The plug here, we got our USB-C here on the side, which is nice. Oh yeah, if we want to get rid of our main display and put it away, you can put it into this nice little carrying pouch, put it in the glove box or wherever you need. Came with 2 zip ties, a nice piece of double sticky, which I'm pretty sure we'll be using that. A sticker, which is an absolute must. Quick start guide. And then also this thing is Bluetooth capable and we can do a lot of things on the application itself. I don't even think you need this controller at all if you want to put it away in the bag, but this is very nice and handy to make our different control selections. Now, being that this is a throttle controller, we're gonna do just that. And you can see we have the plugs for our specific vehicle right here. This is gonna go in between the plug and then plug back in to the factory plug. So let's get down there. Then we got this little USB-C that's gonna go into that main head unit. Now, once we get below on this Toyota 4Runner, you can see we have the throttle pedal. And if you look right up there at the top, we can see where there is basically a wire coming right out of it. And with that, should be able to press down and pull out the piece that I need. This should be basically a 10-minute install or less. In here with my finger, push, and you can see I just popped out that little connector. We have the adapter that looks like the one that just came out. Also, if I didn't mention, on the top there, all you're trying to do is just press down on this to lift that up. And on the 4Runner, you're just gonna lift it until it pulls out. You're gonna see this little tab piece on there. You can see this piece. We're gonna mesh these up. You can hear the click, nice and solid. That's the OE connector right there. And then I have the piggyback unit, which I just kind of zip tied up here. And then we just snap the connector right down in there. Then it's going right into the throttle pedal. We got this USB-C cord. What we're gonna end up doing is mounting that somewhere on the 4Runner. I'm gonna end up putting it right here on my car. Now, I didn't notice till right now, but it actually has adhesive on the back already, so that's great. So this is actually an extra piece that you can hold on to and pull the adhesive off. And then depending on where that plug ended up, so like on mine, I had to switch sides. I just put that little black plug back in so it looks real nice. And I'm just gonna end up putting my throttle controller right here. Give that a nice firm push. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good right there. We can pull off our little screen cover. I'm gonna take my wire and make sure I can run it up underneath without having any interference. USB-C goes right into the side, looks good. Yeah, so super easy install. My tilt wheel still is gonna be totally fine. And now, honestly, all there is to it is zip tie time. Okay, very straightforward installation. Probably gonna add a few more zip ties down below, but I wanna see how the controller looks when I turn the car on. So we have a few different modes. We got factory, valet, Ultimate9 mode, ultimate mode, launch, adapt, economy, anti-slip, factory. We're just gonna try out Ultimate9 to be honest, kind of see how that is. Now my car's in park. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the gas. feel like it is quite a bit more touchy. Factory, I'll hit the gas the same amount. I feel like it doesn't rev up as quickly. So yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and do some driving around on this, man. I've used other throttle controllers on my M4 in the past, but I've always really needed it on the 4Runner, I can tell you that. This car is one of those cars that you definitely need them. So Toyota products, as you guys know, are not the fastest anymore, but they are very reliable. No check engine lights, no codes, none of that stuff. It's just plug and play. We're gonna go ahead and install the app. I'll show you what that's about. So you guys won't see this because I'm obviously gonna edit it up, but I was at about 12 minutes in total time. So, you know, I'm talking about it, obviously, we're unboxing it, we're showing all that stuff. But my raw, uncut edit was about 12 minutes from taking it out of the box to install it. So you should be able to do it in much less than 10 minutes. And it's really easy and plug and play, which is awesome. Okay, we gotta get our first impressions. We're bringing Gander. So Gander is also gonna be a first impression type guy. Gonna just cruise around the hood a little bit. What throttle controllers basically do is they just remap your throttle pedal inputs, basically, which is nice. They can kind of roll it on in different fashions, which is really cool. On the Ultimate 9 mode, I'm not having to give it much throttle at all, and yeah, it already like downshifted with like a quarter input of throttle, which definitely makes this thing feel a lot better. You know, it makes it feel like this car is actually kind of quick. Because I will say too, like, what does a 4Runner have? 276 horsepower. So yeah, I'm a little bit more jerky. I wouldn't want to use this off-road, but there are different modes that I would use that off-road. Just around town, if I want to feel like a bit more pep and my like get onto the freeway type of moves. This honestly kind of seems like where it's at right here. It's really making my car feel like right there. It's like if I give it just a little bit of throttle, it's downshifting. And I'll get back to you guys on, you know, an update of this. I'm gonna try out the different modes and whatnot. I just kind of wanted to give you my first impression. Just a quick example on a geared truck on 35s, going up a hill, like going up to Tahoe or something like that, you know, when I'm cruising up in elevation, it just really feels like I really have to step on the throttle. And just stepping on the throttle pedal, I don't know, it just feels like almost like nerve-wracking. I don't know, because the car feels so slow. It just feels like if I give it more throttle, is it gonna do anything? Like, does it need that? And that's just kind of the way I feel. So, you know, this should be a lot better, but like I said, I will get back to you guys. What do you think, bud? What do you think about it so far? Oh, he's happy about it, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna roll on the throttle a little more. Now in the neighborhood, yeah, like if I get on it and then it does have better, like a better linear actuation. I do feel like it's definitely stepping on the throttle a lot more, but it makes the car not feel absolutely slow. Now gas mileage is probably gonna go down, but you have different modes for that as well. So like you have economy mode or one of the other ones, which can make the gas pedal a little bit less touchy, which is very nice for that sort of situation. Overall, this, yeah, like I'm barely cracking it and the thing downshifts now, which is always kind of something that I feel like this car needed. Not to say that this is a like transmission tune or anything like that, but I'm always kind of reluctant to step on the throttle that much. Gander's right down here, he's just chilling with me. To step on the throttle that much. Just like I said, it's not a fast car, but in having this, you know, kind of where it's at, it just feels like I'm doing it less and like I'm just kind of cruising around and the vehicle is just that much quicker. So far on my first drive, what I've come up with is I kind of like Ultimate 4.
1 semester later.
Ultimate 5 or whatever that thing says right there. You can adjust the modes when driving, which is cool. But like for merging onto the freeway, like before I run into this guy who's just gonna be slow and get in my way, you know, you can merge back over into traffic with this just by putting on the gas a little bit, not having to step on it as hard as before. You can get Teslas right in your blind spot. Awesome, cool. But anyways, I'm just pressing a little bit on the gas and now we're back on. So, you know, you can get idiots that don't know how to drive, you can merge with them instead of them just being right next to you. So that is pretty cool. Step on the gas a little bit, you can cruise right up and over. Also, another thing, I haven't really noticed my MPG going down. To be honest, I had it at about 14 MPG, which is very good for this 4Runner. Usually that thing is reading at about 11. And yeah, it hasn't really gone down too much. It's gone down to 13.6. And I've been stepping on the gas, I would say quite a bit more aggressively, just to, well, just kind of test this out and whatnot and kind of get the modes to where I like it. And this seems to be a good median because I can, well, stay in the eco with my foot. You know, if I step on it a little bit, if I step on a little bit more, it's gonna downshift. I feel like the car downshifts a lot quicker just because it's just giving my foot, if you will, a little bit more sensitivity. And that's something that maybe before I would just be kind of bogging it in a gear, kind of leaning more on the transmission than it quickly downshifting. So I think that's a real positive. Go ahead and download the app. It'll install it, and then I'll show you all the different modes. Open the app, allow it to access the Bluetooth. We'll go ahead and just start up the car because it's kind of hot. Start of screen recording again. So now I'm in the Ultimate9 throttle controller. I need to scan the barcode on the device, which I did not do ahead of time, which I should have done. So we'll get down there and do that. Scan that on the throttle controller. Pretty straightforward there, or you can enter the last 4 numbers. So don't forget to do that beforehand or else you're gonna be crawling under the dash. With ultimate mode, which you see on the screen here, and the value of 5. So you can see we can actually increase it, 7, 8, 9, goes all the way to 9, ultimate 9. And then, you know, you got like ultimate 9 mode, which you can see that basically is the maxed out one. The other modes we have are launch, we have adapt, we have economy. You can actually lock your throttle pedal, which is kind of cool. That way we locked it. Right now I'm gonna hit the gas. It's doing absolutely nothing. Show you here. It is not doing anything. So that's actually a really cool security feature if you want to use that. We can go ahead and unlock that now. And you can see I can rev up the car again. So economy mode, you know, and we can put it in all these different ones: anti-slip, factory, and valet. So I'm gonna put it back to Ultimate 5. I've been really happy with that. My fuel economy has actually been, it seems like it's been actually better. My car started out at like 14 on average. This is on 35s and everything. It went down to 12.3, but I have to say, for the most part, when I'm normally driving around, that's because I came back from Tahoe. It was a lot of downhill. It usually goes down to like 11, 11.3. I'm still at 12.3. I think the car kind of downshifting easier and staying more in the power band has just been better overall. It seems like the throttle is just kind of just in a better place with less input for me. Now, could I have driven most likely like that before with my foot? I guess so, but this is just kind of giving it a different mapping input. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, we'll go through a couple other things on the side here. Looks like we got the, so transmission mode. It says that transmission is the auto or manual. So it's an automatic transmission. And I do actually kind of think that it's done a couple different things. We can change the interface color on the software itself. That doesn't really do it on the device, just so you're kind of aware. I'll keep the blue because blue's good, and that's kind of how Toyotas are. Style, we got a wheel or the launch pad. Let's see what the wheel looks like. I'm curious. Okay, so the wheel looks like that. Something a little different. I definitely enjoy the launch pad a little bit more. It seems a little more intuitive for me. So I'm gonna go back to interface style and launch pad. But that's basically what that is. So you got the difference of automatic and manual transmission. But yeah, one thing that's really cool, like if you're in a sketchy neighborhood or you just feel like your car might get stolen or whatever, or if you want to do this every time, you could technically do that lock and unlock mode. In the future, I might try some of this anti-slip stuff. I just haven't had a chance to get off-road, but that's another good thing. So for example, if I'm gonna hit the trail, I'm probably not going to keep it on the Ultimate 5 or an Ultimate 9 mode. Ultimate 9 I think is better for like cruising around town. If you really want to like zip around, it's definitely going to get you that that throttle control, and it's going to make the car feel a lot faster. But you know, these other modes like the anti-slip or the launch mode, I think are going to be better for like off-road type scenarios, which is cool. Or we can just pop it right back to factory and have our standard settings. So yep, anyways, I'm digging it. Like I've been driving around, like I said, for about a week and a half now. I've been very happy with the throttle controller. I feel that a 4Runner absolutely needs a throttle controller, and this one is an awesome, it's just an awesome little product. It's simple, it's clean, easy install, great tape on it. It's not falling off or anything. I've put on different throttle controllers in the past on the other cars, and I gotta tell you, the sticky back like just fell off right away. So overall, been very happy with it. Huge shout out to Ultimate9 for sponsoring this video also, but I am giving you my true opinion on the product because I like it. Like this car, like I said, it needs it. Later guys, and wrench on.